Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to our first ever devlog. So, before we get too much into this, I want to talk about what we're making, what game we're making in the first place, because it's going to be a rather simple game. Then I want to discuss what engine we're going to be using, and why it's not going to be the permanent engine that I use for all games, just this one. See, I'm learning to code seriously. But right now, I'm just not there. I actually want to be a software developer. I'm going to school for it. I plan on getting my degree in computer science. And I'm learning Python, and I will eventually be moving over from my current one to something else that I'll talk about in a minute. But right now, what I am using is GDevelop 5. That is the game engine I will be using for this game. And possibly a few others whenever I'm just wanting to relax in design and not practice coding. Because this thing engine, doesn't require me to use physical code. It uses a visual scripting language that they have inside. It's also only for 2D games, although it does have 2.5D, which is interesting. The language, what we plan on switching to later on in my career, is first Pygame and then Godot. Since Godot's GD script is basically Python. Okay, so now that that's done and we talked about the engine and everything, let's actually show you what I've been working on. So there's going to be two parts to this game. The first part, get away from my checkpoint, please. Thank you. The first part is actually not even this part, but there's going to be a maze and platforming part. And it's going to be a very simple story called for the game. This is called Return to the Ball Pit. Basically, the red balls don't like you because they're jealous that you're green, and the kids like you play with you more. So they throw you out of the ball pit. Your mission is to return to the ball pit. And you'll do this by first doing mazes, a maze, then do a platform segment going up to the next level, which will eventually end with a boss fight, which I haven't programmed in. Each level will end with a boss fight, and each level will consist of maze, platforming area, then boss fight. Right now, what we got programmed in for the platforming stuff is this guy who follows you around, the ball itself, our main character, checkpoint, a basic checkpoint system, woo, and a spike that kills you. Come on. And of course, we have these little platforms that are clouds. You stay on them too long, you fall through them. So you actually have to jump really quickly off of them. But that'll be fixed also, you can move back and forth across the screen. Okay. Now I will show you the next level, which right now just goes at the cursor. And this is what we're talking about with the maze. I haven't finished this nearly. I got a bunch of little sprites that are basically tools. Over here. Got some flowers animated in the middle right now. There's gonna be grass as well. You can actually go over this right now because I haven't boxed them in. The flowers are always gonna be boxed in. They're just inside these little platforms area. And each one of these is its own little individual puzzle piece. I decided to go that route instead of designing something total and whole and giving it collision separate, because I thought it'd be more fun to design with individual puzzle pieces I built than... I thought it would just be more creative for me to design that way. So you can see we have our ball. Just this time he rolls around. I really like how this movement system turned out. Haven't got any enemies for this area yet to test yet, but we'll be doing that soon. That'll probably coming up in the next thing. Basically, we're going to be adding everything, any free mechanic that's in the test levels into 3 test levels. There'll be a boss test area, boss mechanic test area for testing bosses. Probably like 3 different rooms for that. The maze will test everything that will eventually be in a maze, like the maze test room. And then the platformer test room. That's gonna be it for this dev vlog, guys. I hope you like this idea. I'll see you in the next one.